Hello everyone, here's just a quick little video about a lens I got from the US, imported to the UK, and I just wanted to tell you guys the costs involved. Right, basically it's a 300mm L lens, not IS. I made a mistake and thought it was the IS version, and I got it and thought, uh-oh, I made a right boo-boo. Basically you've got autofocus and manual switch. You've got 2.5 meter to infinity and 6, so you can choose your focusing. It's a good lens, F4. You get good shutter speeds out of that, and it's brilliant really. I've got it on the 600D, which is a crop sensor, 1.6. Basically, if you put a 1.4 teleconverter on this, right, and you times the 1.6 times, you're getting 672mm, which is quite substantial. And guys, that combination, right, is actually sharper than the Tamron 150 to 600, and probably even the Sigma one. So it's up to you which you want to do. Obviously that's a zoom and this is just a prime, but it depends what you want to do really. I may consider getting the Tamron in the future, but at the moment I'm toying up with the idea of getting a 70 to 200 2.8 with a 2 times teleconverter on that, giving me like 400. You know, so that might be a better option than actually going for the push-pull 100 to 400 zoom lens you can get. Anyway, before I sell this, because I obviously made a right boo-boo, I thought I'd show you guys the main differences compared to the IS version, so you can get an idea what it looks like. It's quite a nice lens. As you can see, really nice lens. And that is the 300mm F4 L lens. And I just wanted to show you the difference. This is the IS version. Looks pretty much the same really, apart from the fact I've got this neoprene cover. If you want to get hold of one of these, which is a good idea, make sure you get the right one. They are on eBay, but they're not cheap, so you're talking around £40, but it'll last, you know, and protect your lens. And if you want to sell it later on, that's probably a good idea. I got this off Amazon for £1,029, and although it's certainly more expensive, I really wanted the IS, and I was looking at prices on eBay and I'm thinking, for an extra £200 I could get this brand new. I don't quite understand it. Why would you pay £800 on eBay for a second-hand item when you can buy it brand new for an extra 200 quid? Makes no sense, does it? To me, something second-hand should be half price, not full, like 3/4 the price. It's ridiculous. So the only difference is obviously the layout of this lens, because obviously the focusing is a bit different, because on there you've got 2.5 meters to infinity and 6 meters to infinity. On here you've got 1.5 meters to infinity and 3 meters to infinity. I didn't realise that, you know. That means this lens is 10 times better than this one really. And you've got stabilization. Let's see if I can pull that back for you. So you've got stabilizer mode 1 and 2. I believe 1 is for going panning across, and another mode 2 is for if you're going up and down. And then you can turn it on and off, obviously. It's up to you what you want to do. But physically, the lens is around the same size. Let's do a little measure up. So what have we got here, you might think? Well, this is the USM version, non-IS. Quite old now in today's standards. And this is the more recent one, which is IS. Now you could get the 400mm one if you wanted more reach, but it doesn't have IS. And I personally believe the better way is to get the 300 and a teleconverter. The quality, according to many reviewers and I've scoured the internet for people's opinions, is yes, the 400 is slightly better, but not vastly better. And in regards to the 300, it's definitely a lot sharper than the 100 to 400 zoom, and I suspect it's even sharper than the Mark II version that's just come out. So that's my lenses. Obviously I wanted to do this video before I sell this because it's presently on eBay, and we'll see if I get a good price for it. I just hope to get my money back, but from the way bidding is going at the moment, it looks like I'll probably lose £100 or so, which I'm probably getting the money but that I paid for it originally for. It's just the import duty can be quite steep, so keep that in mind, guys, that what might seem a good idea might seem cheap buying it abroad because of the strong pound compared to the US dollar. Obviously it's not as strong as it used to be. You've got import duty to think about, and if it gets stopped, which is more than likely to happen now, since the Conservative government we have has decided to try and rip people off every little minute they can for small things, you know, to try and get the deficit down for the country. We're having to pay for the mistakes of the rich cats, basically. So that's why your item might get stopped in customs, not because you know, there's something wrong with your item or you're trying to do something bad. It's because they're trying to screw you, basically. So keep that in mind. My advice, if you're going to buy something, make sure it's within the EU. That way it's free in terms of import duty and it'll skip straight through. That's what I found to be the case. Anyway, this is my little roundup of the two lenses I have. Obviously it's not an in-depth video. I just wanted to show you a comparison of sizes. They're more or less the same sort of weight. Collar wise, the tripod collar is a bit bigger on the new version that I've got. Length, I would probably say the new one is probably 5mm longer, not much. But I do like the tripod collar better because it's longer, more substantial. Yeah. But it's good to have a tripod collar anyway. So my advice, if you do get a long lens, get yourself a nice cover. And that's that. But since you're here and you're watching my video, I'm going to show you another lens I bought. Right, I don't know if you can see that, but that is a Sigma 120 to 400mm f4.5 to 5.6 APO DG OS. That's basically Optical Stabilizer. And I thought I'd show you this. So, in fact, this is a bit of an unboxing, really. Let's see if we can get it out. Comes in a nice case. So what do you get in the box? Well, you get some straps get an instruction manual and you get a nice case for your lens. And be prepared to be wowed. Now I bought this lot off eBay. It was classed as second hand but almost new. And there you go. That is the Sigma 120 to 400 APO lens. Just put the lens on there for you. Now, obviously this lens has Optical Stabilizer, has 1 and 2 mode, just like the Canons, autofocus and manual obviously, and a nice tripod collar. What I like about these tripod collars is they have grooves in them, so you can hold on to them like that and grip them with your hand. I got this almost in mint condition, so it's great. And just to demonstrate how far it zooms out, there you go, it zooms quite far out. Now, I'm actually selling this on eBay to get rid, and you might be asking why. Believe it or not, I was led to believe it was really sharp compared to the 50 to 500mm lens, and I thought it would be better because 400mm is not quite going the extremes that the Sigma 50 to 500 or 150 to 500 does, and I thought this is going to be quite sharp, really sharp in comparison. And obviously maybe I'm a little bit spoilt using the Canon lens, but I thought it'd be near enough decent quality. But after literally spending half an hour of using this and taking a few test pictures and looked at them, they seemed quite soft to me, and the sellers seemed to think it was the best out of the 500mm, and sorry, but it's an okay lens, as some reviewer said. I sort of was misled a little, I think. This nice European cover, again off eBay, it's about £50, £40, £40 to £50 depending on who you get it from. But they're quite nice, but you have to be careful which ones you get. And that's the Sigma lens. So the 120 to 400, the 50 to 500, the 150 to 500 lenses are not really very sharp. According to Ray, who's on YouTube and he knows who he is, I just want to say hello. He's got some marvellous lenses. If you check in the description, you'll find a link for it. But I just wanted to say hello, Ray. And yeah, from his videos it seems to me that his 150 to 600 could be a lot sharper than those 500s. But he does have the sport version of the lens. He also has a 2.8, which he thinks is really sharp, and I think is it 300 to 800. The reason that lens is sharp, Ray, is because it's based on a prime lens, if you're watching this. So obviously that's going to be really sharp, comparable to any Canon prime lens in my opinion. So this is the roundup of my videos. I just wanted to show you guys the pitfalls of buying a lens from another country, and be careful of import duty and taxes because they could sting you, and just be savvy about where you buy things from. In general, if you're in the EU, it doesn't matter. If you're not in the EU, go on some of those calculator sites online. You can find them, they're quite easy, and then work out your calculations. They give you a rough idea of what you'll pay. And they're more or less bang on right. You know, they're more or less right most of the time. I think they more or less got my calculations right. I think I was quoted around the £100 mark, but since I got a teleconverter with that lens, it was around 117. I'll give you another example. I bought a APO 1.4 teleconverter from Japan. It was only worth about £70. I paid £30. 15 of that was in VAT and tax. The other 15 was a holding charge by Parcel Force. So it isn't always worth it buying cheap from other countries with exchange rates that seem really good. So be careful, guys. And that's my roundup of lenses. So if you want really sharp pictures, I would probably avoid the Sigma's 500mm lenses and the 400 that I've got here. It sounds like Ray's 600mm he's got sounds quite sharp, and from what I hear, the Tamron 150 to 600 and the Sigma 150 to 600 are comparably sharp, while the Sigma is probably a little bit sharper. That's what a lot of reviewers are saying. So I hope this video has been helpful. Maybe it's helped you avoid getting this lens. Personally, if you want to be absolutely sure, get yourself a Canon, like I have. If you want something in the lower end, in terms of Canon, and you want quality, think about the 70 to 200 2.8s. Those lenses are really sharp. You can always put a converter on them if you want. Anyway, that's my roundup of my lenses. I probably will make other videos, but I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and take care. Bye bye.